Yo, what is up, Sauce Clan? Welcome to the 8th Saucy Lounge podcast. I am here with my boy, Brylonius Prime.
What's up?
What's happening, man?
Nothing. Chilling on like an extended vacation.
Nice,
because
nice.
I got sick after going on vacation.
Uh-huh.
So then, you take more days off of work.
Yeah, dude. So like, literally, right? Did you go to work, back to work at all after they fucking
Went
after the cruise?
I went Tuesday. I was off Monday because I got back Monday. Went to work Tuesday. Wasn't that bad. I was still a little wobbly because I kept thinking the building would shake. Because when you're on a boat and you're not sober.
Oh,
the
I
entire
know.
Time,
I know. No, dude, it has nothing to do with being sober. Like, we used to go stay at the camps in the basin. Like, after a weekend there, the water swaying you every time you lay down or anything, you feel like that.
It's been so long since, because my step grandpa used to have a floating camp, and I remember like staying
that's
a
what I'm
night or two there.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, when I was a kid.
But especially on the way back, the waves are getting really bad, so you could feel that boat. So we're like, that whole Tuesday, like I'm working with heavy tools. I'm just walking around. I'm like, oh. Woke up Wednesday feeling a little bad. Tried going to work because I just, I couldn't. I left. Went to the doctor, strep, and they were like, well, I had a strep and sinus infection. And they were like, well, my allergies, if the weather changes really bad, they're like, yeah, you can get infected. And I went to Mexico and it was like 95 degrees. And then like 2 days later, I was in Texas and it was like 45 degrees.
Where did y'all go in Mexico?
Dude, it keeps slipping my head. God damn.
You can't remember the name of the place? Was
It'll
it Cozumel?
It was Cozumel.
Cozumel is like the most popular place to take cruises.
It was cool. We stayed about the whole day at Cozumel. Got off the boat. Let's see. Got off the boat and they were like, "All right, come back at 4. We're leaving at 4." We got back around 1 because we were just done with the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Right when you get off the boat, I got pictures. There's like a drugstore, and it's like the guy was like, "We have Viagra, we have Xanax."
Oh yeah.
We have,
dude, I like legit. I like legit. Like, you sent me those pictures, and you were like, "I got you," and like I didn't know what the fuck I was like, because like it was just like a stand with like a bunch of different posters. I'm like,
yeah.
What's the joke? What are you showing me?
Well, yeah, hang on. I'm about to send you on Discord some pictures of some stuff I saw in Mexico. Let's see. Yeah, they had like this one stand. They had a bunch of handmade marble statues. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see.
Alright, hold up.
Where is that? It's like one in particular. Let's see. Yeah, this was all Mexico. There's a dude with a couple shirts. As we were walking, he walked out of his like little store and he like held up the shirts.
Lots of fucking Groots right here.
Oh yeah, I don't
know Mexicans always get across. What the fuck?
Like as like we
yeah,
got
dude,
through,
I love those skim boards, bro.
I didn't see how much they were, unfortunately. I really wish I did, because I think I had I didn't want to use my card, but I think I had like $19 cash. So I really and immediately right after that we went to a souvenir thing and got like I think it was like a little shot glass, like a handmade shot glass, just to say we got something. I did on the cruise buy a mug, bought like a little fucking Disney. They only sell these on that boat. So it turns out every boat has like exclusive merch and things like that, and that was exclusive to that ship. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll get this one. And that was actually the smallest ship they had.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, how much did the whole honeymoon cost?
2,300.
23. That's actually not bad.
We calculated. I mean, that's not counting gas.
But like everything on the cruise was like included with the price, wasn't it?
No. So the cruise itself, we paid, I'd say, right under $1,800, and we accumulated drinks, and there was extra stuff. Like they had plays, which were free. Like they had like little plays, but they had like popcorn. Popcorn wasn't free. You want a canned soda? It's not free, but you can. Which we didn't know this. You could bring your own cups and go to the soda thing and just fill it up. So like we saw people with like big ass cups fill it up, and then they would go to the play. And me and her were like, oh, we should do that next time, because they provide you these little paper cups, but they're like a little bitty paper cup. I'm gonna drink that shit by the time I get to the elevator. And you could buy snacks, like certain snacks. Like if you want some M&Ms, that's gonna cost you. Now there is like a 24/7 ice cream bar. You could go get ice cream. That's free. There's a lot of stuff that is free. Alcohol, of course, is not free. There is a coffee shop that's not free.
I bet you the alcohol like more expensive than usual, or like going to a bar?
Well, when we were still in Texas waters, they were like, it's this price, and then they showed us another menu, and they were like, now come back at 6:30, it's this price.
Really?
Because we'll be in international waters.
Oh damn!
And
they can charge. Like, that's crazy.
So the gift shops aren't open. They're only open when you're in international waters. That way they don't have to do, like, they get away with taxes and all that stuff. Also, there's an area of the ship you got to be 21 or older. When you're in international waters, it's 18 or older. There's like an adults only part of the ship. And when it's like, when you're out at sea, it's 18. When you're out in the water, when you're closer to America, it's like, okay, 21 guys, come on, we don't break the law.
Yeah.
Like we went to the coffee shop and they were like, yeah, we can make you a coffee, but again, if you come back at 6:30, we can make you whatever you want. You want an espresso with vodka? We got you. And I was like, that does not sound legal, but all right. It wasn't that bad. It was like, the drink of the day was like the cheapest thing, and that was like $5. But there's one bar that had like almost every single beer you could think of on tap. We just accumulated about like $500 worth of drinking, and like little things like I bought popcorn and stuff like that. So it came out at the end to like 2,300, which really not that bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and like,
dude, for going to another country and taking a cruise, like, yeah, having a good time, that's not bad, dude.
Yeah.
Did you go to any comedy shows?
No, the only plays they had, it was a Disney cruise, so like, they had Disney plays, and it was all right. It wasn't it was a Disney cruise, so it didn't have anything like that. Yeah. And that was our first time cruising. But I gotta say, like, the Disney cruises, they're not as packed as other cruise liners. They had a good amount of people, but not like a shit ton of people. So it was really nice. And they had like the kid areas, and when you get to the adult area, you can't even hear what's going on the other side. I don't know how. Because like you cross a barrier where it's like 18 or older, you cross that barrier and you hear like children screaming their ass off. But you cross the line and then you can't hear anything. It's just like gentle music and the bartender's just like, "You guys want a drink?" And we're like, "Yes, get us a fucking drink."
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time.
This is my favorite photo of the entire time. Let me grab it real quick. Show you it. Where is it?
Oh, let me actually, while you're doing that, I'm gonna grab the first link to send you for like the first video. You don't click on it yet, but
okay.
I just want to grab the first link for whenever it's time. Okay, let me make this bigger. Let me make this bigger for the chat. Look at Prime.
That is
Prime Brylonius. Yeah.
That is Prime Vacation, and then that is him 10 minutes later. Just.
Nice.
Oh, the pools are heated? Like, so any time of day you can go swim because the pools itself are heated and they have hot tubs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like the pool water is heated.
No, I just accidentally moved you off the screen. I don't know how. So the pools are heated though? That's fucking tight.
Yeah, because like one morning it was kind of cold and we still went swim because the pools are heated.
Nice. Dude, so are you ready to talk about the elephant in the room?
Ooh.
Dude, so for those of you who don't know, Justin Roiland
made an oopsie.
Which is
allegedly.
Honestly, the original creator of Rick and Morty. He made the short Doc and Marty. He made a lot of cartoon shorts back in the day. Submitted a lot of them to Dan Harmon's short film festival thing. And that's how they became good friends. And he told him, let's make a cartoon out of Doc and Marty. And it was a parody of Back to the Future. If you go watch that shit, it's fucking wild. It's like the grandpa licking the little boy's balls and shit. It's a fucking wild cartoon. But yeah, so Dan Harmon and him were like, yo, with my plot device brain and amazing writing and your retarded fucking jokes, like, we can make a crazy TV show, right? So co-creators. Justin Roiland also played a character on Yo Gabba Gabba, the young kids TV show. He also played Lemon Grab on Adventure Time. He's the voice of Rick and Morty and a lot of the other voices. He has his own video game company, Squanch Games. They made a lot of games. High on Life, very popular one recently.
Solar Opposites,
TV show, yeah. So
there's a couple other shows.
This guy is Rick and Morty. So, and it's so funny this happened because I've talked about this on stream before. I don't know if you knew about this, but Dan Harmon actually came out about sexually harassing somebody before when he worked when he made Community, the TV show, which, by the way, that's a great show. And they're coming out with a movie soon, and it was always a joke in the show, 5 seasons in a movie. And they're getting ready to make the movie soon. I can't wait for that. But while he was working on Community, he stepped down for like the last season, I think, because he was sexually harassing one of the writers. Well, okay, so like he never like touched her physically like that, but he harassed her. Like, she denied his advances, and he made work very hard for her because of that. And he was also an alcoholic at the time. That's part of why his wife left him later. He went on a podcast because the world never knew about this about him, and the girl never went out public with it to tell anybody. And it ate at him, and he said, if she's not going to say anything, I got to tell the world. And he told the whole world on a podcast that he was a guest on about what he did to this woman, and just straight up, like, no excuses why he was so fucking wrong. And that was very big of him, because she was afraid to ever say anything, and he went out and like said he was a fucking horrible person for doing that, and admitted to all of it. And I thought that was very big of him. Doesn't mean what he did was any less wrong. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it's still.
But no, you're good. But he admitted to it, and that was very big of him. He didn't even have to. She was gonna keep quiet about it, and that honestly shows how much empathy he does have. The fact that it was eating at him, and he felt like he needed to come out about it. So that actually kind of shows, he has a heart.
Yeah.
So it's funny that these two partnered up, because for those of you who don't know, Justin Roiland was accused in 2020 of beating one of his girlfriends. It was just allegations. They never proved it, and he went untouched about it. I didn't even know about it till recently.
Yeah,
it resurfaced. Recently. Like, the court brought him back on domestic violence charges, and false arrest charges, because they found more evidence or something. And while they were doing that, girls on Twitter, underage girls, came out with screenshots of messages from his actual Twitter account of him talking to them. They were like fans of the show who contacted him, and he was messaging them back and getting pretty explicit with the messages. So, Justin Roiland a diddler? So, this pissed me off because I love Justin Roiland. Sad to say, I was actually more worried about if Rick and Morty was going to continue, because they just had one of their best seasons ever, and it landed on a cliffhanger that was really going to move the show someplace fucking special next season. And I was pretty upset to hear about this. I was like, what the fuck are they going to do with the show? And Adult Swim made the right move. They fired him. Squanch Games fired him. His video game company, he is no longer a part of them. He lost everything, which, understandable.
So it turns out also in 2018, Squanch Games had to settle a sexual assault lawsuit with him involved.
Really?
So, yeah, that came out too.
Okay, so he really just is.
Yeah.
Okay. So he actually deserves everything coming to him. That's so sad, bro, because he's actually such, like, dude, he's such a talent too. That's so sad he would fucking do that.
I kind of like it just feels weird.
So anyway, fucking Adult Swim said they're gonna continue Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And that led me to think, who the fuck is gonna play Rick and Morty? And I was telling you the other day, I think I sent this in the group chat, but I want to show this podcast. You go ahead and click on it whenever you want. This guy on TikTok is actually, like, really fucking famous now, and he does a perfect Rick and Morty voice. And, dude, the entire internet is, like, telling Adult Swim to hire this guy. And it's funny because him and Justin Roiland ended up becoming friends because of how popular he got. Like, he met up with them. And, dude, just listen to what Justin Roiland says in this clip.
Like, he's been really cool. So I actually reached out and we're buddies now. His vocal cords just happen to be very similar to mine. So his Morty voice is also eerily on point. Like, I was telling him, I'm like, dude, you're so close that, like, we could record stuff and I don't think people would know who was who. It's so good.
Hey, Rick, I feel like I'm forgetting something important. Yeah, me too. I can't think of it, though. Well, you know what they say, if you can't remember something, it probably wasn't that important,
He's awesome. Like, he's been really cool. So I actually reached out and we're buddies now. His vocal cords just happen to be very similar to mine.
That's all a clip. Yeah, so he, like, literally is talking about, like, bro, we could record stuff and they wouldn't know the difference.
Did you know that Eddie Murphy only did Shrek 1 and 2?
Really?
Some other guy who sounds just like Eddie Murphy.
No. Hold up. Let me back you up there. Where are you getting this source? Because I'm gonna tell you why I think that's false. Because when Shrek 4 was coming out, he was on Oprah talking about the movie and saying, and, like, I remember this clearly because you can still watch this on YouTube, him talking about, we're going to keep doing fucking Shrek till everybody's tired of fucking Shrek.
Now, let me tell you something. The guy recording the voices, he goes by Eddie Murphy. So he has a guy who sounds like him, and when he comes to do the voices, it's just Eddie Murphy.
I think that's cap. You gotta show me a link. You gotta give me a link. I think that's cap.
Fuck.
I straight up think that's cap. So, dude, I actually got a good bit of topics since the last time.
Eddie Murphy's 61.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's 61.
Yeah, dude's old as fuck. That dude was like making it whenever fucking dude, you've seen the Chappelle show skits.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, yeah, he was like.
Yeah, that dude was big. That dude
yeah.
was big in the '80s as a stand-up comic.
I was about to say. Dude, he still got it, honestly.
Oh yeah. Eddie Murphy's fucking hilarious, honestly. He always has been. And what's that fucking one dude from Sanford and Son? The son on the show. His stand-up comedy is fucking, dude. It's like, dude, you think Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle on crack? No, that guy is Dave Chappelle on crack. I can't remember his fucking name. Dude, my parents remember because I talked to him about that the other night. Because me and my dad used to watch Sanford and Son. You know the show I'm talking about, right? You ever seen Sanford and Son on TV Land? Old black dude and his son that own a garbage dump.
Yeah. Hang on. Hunter.
Bro, you know who else? So, since we're talking about funny ass fucking black comedians, Chris Tucker, baby. Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Rush Hour Friday? You know who fucking Chris Tucker is.
Does he still do stand-up?
Who?
Chris Tucker.
Oh, I don't think so. I haven't even seen him in a movie since Rush Hour 3.
They're doing Rush Hour 4.
Oh, I'm there. Bro, you know, I forgot how funny the first Rush Hour is, bro. Dude, there's like literally a scene with fucking Jackie Chan saying the N-word.
Michael Jackson. Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a scene with fucking Jackie Chan saying the N-word because like he don't understand English well, and he hears somebody say it, and he's like, "What's up, ma?" And only his karate saves him then.
You telling me Jackie Chan got a pass?
I mean, yeah. Dude, you're in a movie with Chris Tucker, like the motherfucker from Friday. Like, if Chris Tucker's cool with it, nobody. Dude, that's like Leonardo DiCaprio got like the biggest pass for like 100 hard R's because of Samuel L. Jackson and fucking Jamie Foxx.
Fucking what else you said? You said you had a bunch of topics.
Oh, I had 2 left over from last time, and I came up with a bunch since then, actually. Did you have anything else?
I do gotta say, during that cruise, I almost left a Tool shirt in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah. We were walking. We went to the beach and we went tan, and we were walking back because it was an open bar and they kept bringing us drinks. And at one point we were like, all right, we should leave before we get stuck here. Because they actually told us, they were like, you got 3 chances to leave at like 1:30, 2:30, or 3:30. You miss those, you will be lost. You'll be here. And I was like, oh, okay, gotcha. So,
damn.
Like, each of us, like 5 drinks in, we were like, all right, we should get out of here.
I don't want to get stuck in Mexico.
Yeah. So walking back, I was putting like the clothes we had in our bag, and I looked around and I was like, oh, where's my Tool shirt?
Reagan, Reagan, I swear to God, we will live in Mexico if I don't find this Tool shirt.
No, she literally was like, turn around, go get it. I was like, yeah, I'm not leaving that behind. It was on the beach. Nobody touched it. Nobody stole it. I was like, ah, yes. Whew. We dusted the sand off. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, and like on the cruise itself too, they have like the characters. You know, they got like Donald Duck. Well, is it? Yeah, Donald Duck, Goofy, all that shit. And they have like, so it's only for people who work. There's like little hidden doors, and it's not hidden doors. It's just, you know, a door, and it's like workers only, or
It's
all
like
that
it's
shit.
like the way the mall is, like those back doors to get into like
Even worse.
like you know how like the restaurants don't have an entrance in the front of them, like
Yeah.
they have those back doors that you go behind to get into them for the workers.
Yeah, dude, even worse. There's conveyor belts. Because they only cook on certain floors, and they put it all on the conveyor belt, and they lift it up to certain levels. And I got to see that. Like, they opened the door, and I was like, is that conveyor belt? And they were like, yeah, that's how we move food. I was like, oh shit, that makes so much sense. That's also where they move people in costumes. So we were waiting for dinner one night. There's like a line to waiting to get in the restaurant because it's about to open, and there's a line to see some character. I don't know. They had Captain America, but I didn't really want to go see him.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, Goofy just walks out of a door and accidentally kind of bumps a child, and the kid like, oh, turns around, dude, the loudest scream of my life. It's Goofy. I was like, oh, shit. And this kid's like, and this kid's like, Goofy touched me. I was just like, God damn.
Yo.
And like, yeah, I mean, they had like Pirate Night one night. It was kind of cool. Like if I get why, like they have a little shop. It's called the Princess Shop. You bring your daughter, and there's just princess outfits. Like I can see why dude, like if you're a kid and you go in there, you probably like lose your shit. So
Yeah, it's like going to Disney World.
yeah. Well, I went to Disney World, and it was cool, but I was like 9, so like 9 or 10, so it was kind of not there for me. But these like little kids, I was like, oh yeah, they're probably dying right now. Like they're
about to have a stroke.
Some of them, yeah, dude. Like some of them, I think.
All right, let's see. What can I talk about next?
I got Pitch Black Mountain Dew. I finally found some.
Oh yeah. Dude, I need to go pick me up some.
They had some in Walmart.
All right. So, yeah, I do have. Let's talk about this. This is another short one we can talk about. Let me.
Did you know it's illegal to order someone a pizza in this state now?
It's illegal to order somebody a pizza?
Yeah, because someone kept ordering some guy pizzas, and he had to pay for them. Right.
What?
So now it's like a $500 fine if I order you a pizza and it comes to your house and I didn't pay
What's
for it. What's
finally
already,
happening?
We all know and love
CrossFit.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point people were pranking, and you get a knock on your door and they're like, all right, we got your 20 pizzas. And you're like, I didn't order 20 pizzas. And they're like, well, pay us the fucking money. So it got to the point where you can fine someone up to $500. So
what the fuck?
This state, dude, I'm telling you, first Pornhub is gone, and now this.
Honestly, I have not even felt the repercussions of Pornhub being taken down.
Yeah.
Because I have like 3 other favorite porn sites that I use. Like,
so I went on I'm on Reddit r/Louisiana, and instantly people found the solution. If you turn your location off, it just works.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. So
that's just a click of like the little symbol when you scroll down your menu.
And actually, if you put in your LA wallet, it actually shows that you've been to Pornhub on the LA wallet app. So it takes documentation so Louisiana takes documentation of every time you've been on Pornhub. But all you have to do is, I think it was not be connected to Wi-Fi. So you got to be using cellular data. And just have your location off, and it will just be like, oh, we don't know where you're at. No.
Yeah.
Just let you in.
I honestly don't need it. XNXX has everything Pornhub has, and more. Like they have more shit that Pornhub wouldn't upload.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that site? No.
XNXX.
Are we running an ad here? Or...
Yeah. Dude, and they have like no pop-up ads or anything. Like Pornhub has a shit ton of them. Like this website has none.
It sounds like old Pornhub. Old Pornhub had
that's what it looked like. It looks like an older porn site. But it's just like it's like a YouTube I mean, which is what Pornhub was. But it's like YouTube. It's like old YouTube, yeah, like just everybody uploads whatever they want.
Well, at a certain point YouTube was like, "Hey, we could be making a lot more money." And at one point in time Pornhub was like, "Hey, we could be making actual money."
I also use H-Anime. H-Anime is such a good site. I like the way they organize that site. The devs. Yeah.
What was that website?
All right. I sent you a link. Check this out.
Watch it.
Okay.
Well, it's finally happening. We all know and love Casa Bonita. They've been providing family fun and dysentery since the 70s. In 2021, the restaurant was bought out by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. You may recognize them from a little show they created. Their hope was to keep it the fun, eclectic vibe that we all loved growing up, but to make the food, 1, just edible, and 2, authentic. So they've brought on Dana Rodriguez to be their executive chef. They're set to open May 2023. Now, yes, I'm excited to go, having been there many times growing up, but what I love even more is the things they've been doing while they've been shut down. They've still been paying employee salaries and just having them work at charities around Denver. And Dana Rodriguez paid for her staff to take classes to learn Spanish or English if they wanted to. See you in May. Well, it's finally happening. We all know.
That's pretty fucking baller, if I do say so myself.
So, I did know they bought it, but that was like years ago, or a couple of years ago now, that like, it was like, right when it was announced, I'm like, oh, Casa Bonita's bankrupt. Trade, like they walked in and they were like, perfect timing. They just walked in and bought it. I mean, that just shows that they have hearts. You know what I mean?
They have what?
They have hearts. Like they actually care.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, cause like, dude, if I were somebody like that, especially like with the messages I give out in my show, like in South Park, I don't want to buy out a whole company just to have like workers lose their jobs. That would look so bad on you. Like, and I mean, they have the fucking money. Why not?
Oh yeah,
dude. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, Mr. Beast is like, he is going crazy with his videos, dude. I don't know if you knew about how much the budget was for his Squid Game video. It was like a it was like a $10 million budget.
Yeah.
And he made a profit off of it because he got like what was it? It was like 17 million views or something.
Yeah.
Dude, his newest video just came out today. He cured 1,000 people's blindness.
What?
I watched it. He cured 1,000 people's blindness. Apparently, half of all the blind population can be fixed with a 10-minute surgery. It just costs a lot. And he cured 1,000 people of their blindness in his newest video.
So you telling me he's just doing free healthcare?
That dude's fucking nuts, bro. Like,
I did see a video that like what's his Mark Cuban, the billionaire Mark Cuban, he took over like some insulin. I think it was insulin. He pretty much made the insulin free. And it's like billionaires are stepping in and pretty much making healthcare.
Mark Cuban, he's that fucking engineer.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, he's on Shark Tank.
He's one of the judges?
Yeah, he's one of the sharks.
Oh. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of like another dude named Mark who has like an engineering YouTube channel. He was also part of the Team Trees shit with and the garbage cleanup with Mr. Beast. He's got like a really rated G, like family appropriate YouTube channel where he does like a lot of. You ever seen the squirrel video where he has like a squirrel wipeout show, basically with a bunch of squirrels in his backyard? Yeah, it's that guy. I thought you were talking about that guy for a second.
No, Mark Cuban. He owns a basketball team. He's on Shark Tank.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He owns like a healthcare company, and they pretty much make a lot of drugs free.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of things. I mean, like, in my opinion, healthcare should be free. Just because it should be.
I don't think it should be because it. All right. Like, so for a few reasons, I'm not saying people shouldn't be entitled to healthcare. I think all jobs should give you healthcare. Like, if you work at McDonald's, you should have healthcare. Like,
so, like, there's so many. Like, I grew up on a medical card, and you just, like, I'm sick, you just go to the doctor.
Yeah, see, stuff like that, like Medicaid.
Yeah.
That's yeah. If you're too poor, something should be given to you.
Or if you know how to exploit the system.
But
then
if everyone, here's the thing, like if you go to Canada, well, not if you go to Canada, you have to be born there to get it.
Yeah.
But like if you live there, you go to the emergency room. You might be waiting 15 minutes. You might be waiting like 5 hours for a broken leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
there's flaws in every system.
Yeah, and I think it's better to give people the incentive to work to get their health care.
Yeah. Because
it balances out more, and it also helps our economy because everybody's going to work. Or hopefully, because still there's people who don't want to work.
I mean, there's the double-edged sword where a ginormous part of the opiate epidemic was that these drug companies were just paying off doctors to write off these prescriptions so they could make more money, and basically getting people addicted just to make more money. So it's like a whole thing.
Well, yeah, nobody's saying the pharmaceutical companies are fucking greedy. 100%. They need to be put in check. That is 100% true.
And I mean, they won't, because they're paying off politicians to pretty much not let healthcare be that. I wouldn't even say free. I just say more accessible, I guess I could say.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, the pharmaceutical companies are the devil.
Like, my biggest thing when I was a kid, if I was sick, I went to the doctor. I mean, yeah, I just hate the literally like. We wouldn't have Breaking Bad, you know, because he got cancer, then he became a meth lord. But I mean, if they would have gave that man free healthcare, he'd be like, "Oh, cool," and then he would have. Well,
I mean, the show is also about he doesn't, because he makes enough money to treat his cancer like very shortly into the show. It's more about pride to him because he's been walked all over his whole life. That's what the show's really about.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know, because I think it would imbalance everything too much, because healthcare workers, their salary would be government paid. Like, it would fuck up a lot of shit, and I'm not going to 8 years of fucking school to like make what a machinist is making. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm going to 8 years of school because I want to be a perfect fucking surgeon who never gets accused of malpractice. Like they literally have to be machines. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, my biggest thing is, I don't know. When you hear like someone gets cancer and then they have to sell their house, it's kind of like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I mean, but the shit costs a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, what you gonna do? The shit costs a lot. but there are things set in place for that. If you're smart and you work hard all your life, you should have some kind of like 401k, pension, health insurance in place to fucking take care of that. Like, dude, my preload supervisor, his wife has cancer, and he's gonna wait to retire. He was gonna retire this year. I mean, but dude, he's been working there 40 years now, so his hourly wage is like 60 something an hour.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and when he gets his pension, it's gonna be like 10K a month. But like, he's staying there just because the insurance pretty much pays for everything for his wife. Like, that's how good our insurance is. And I think the longer you're there, the better the insurance gets too. But like, yeah, dude, but that's what I'm saying. I think anywhere you work should give you benefits. Okay. Yeah. And
so
like,
you're making more sense now with that one.
Yeah, everywhere you work should give you benefits. Like, if you work at McDonald's, you should have some kind of health benefits. And the longer you work there, it should be better and better.
Yeah.
There should be some kind of reward system for putting your time into their company.
It's a lot of these older people that like that work for some of these companies for so long, and these companies are like, "You got cancer? That sucks." You know what I mean? Shit, there's a guy I work with. He had cancer, and like they still treat him good. Like every now and again, he has to go to his doctor. Like during work, he'll just have to go to his doctor, and they're like, "All right, cool, see you in a bit."
Yeah,
because they just understand.
Yeah, that is understandable. Yeah. My driving supervisor, Peter, he has to take off every now and then to bring his wife to the doctor. She had breast cancer a few years back. Yeah, it's crazy. The people's wives getting cancer where I work, bro. Yeah, no, for real. It's like both of my supervisors, for real. Just throw me in the trash.
Yeah, if I get cancer, just throw me in the trash.
Just throw me in the trash. I don't want to deal with that. That sounds stupid.
I really don't want to deal with that.
All right, so dude, I want to show you this. So you've seen Breaking Bad, so you get the you understand the anti-hero plot, right?
Yeah.
So I recently finished The Sopranos. Let me send you a link.
Okay. I can just watch it on your stream.
Okay. I recently finished The Sopranos. My God, was it so fucking good. So like, imagine this, dude. Like, a mob boss who starts having panic attacks and passing out. So he goes to the doctor, nothing's wrong with him. They like realize it's anxiety. You have anxiety disorder. So he has to go start seeing a therapist, which is taboo. Like, bro, they find out a mob boss has to go to a psychiatrist. Like, they're not going to look at him the same. Like, this is the type of people that, like, they find out one of their own is gay, they killing him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's their code. That's their life they're living. So, like, right? Dude. Oh, my God. All right, let's watch this clip first, and I'm going to get more into it.
I came here today to tell you, in all seriousness, that I'm done. I did what you said. I gave it a lot of thought, and I decided that once and for all, it's over. The truth is, this therapy is a jerk-off. You know it, and I know it.
I actually don't know it, but please continue.
It's a jerk-off.
Yes, you've said that.
Anyway, I was coming here to quit. Had it all planned out. But guess what? My son is talking suicide. So now I'm trapped here forever.
My God, what did he say?
His girlfriend, fiancée, whatever, she broke up with him. He's beyond devastated.
Would you like me to recommend someone for him to talk to?
Carmela's getting a referral from his own pediatrician.
Oh.
After that incompetent you sent Meadow to? So I suppose now comes the inherent fucking grilling about how I feel about all this.
Isn't that why you're here?
You know, friends of mine, they got sons his age, and they're happy, ambitious. They fucking take life as it comes.
I know it seems that way, but do you really know these other boys?
I know what I see. My son curled up on a couch in a fetus position when he should be out banging co-eds.
Have you talked to him?
Till I'm blue in the face. We both have. And now we're afraid to talk to him because of what he might do. Obviously, I'm prone to depression. A certain bleak attitude about the world. But I know I can handle it. Your kids, though. It's like when they're little and they get sick. You'd give anything in the world to trade places with them so they don't have to suffer. And then to think you're the cause of it.
How are you the cause of it?
It's in his blood, this miserable fucking existence. My rotten fucking putrid genes have infected my kid's soul. That's my gift to my son.
I know this is difficult. But I'm very glad we're having this discussion.
Really? Really? Because I gotta be honest, I think it fucking sucks.
What does?
Therapy. This. I hate this fucking shit. Seriously, we're both adults here, right? So, after all is said and done, after all the complaining and the crying and all the fucking bullshit, is this all there is?
Yeah, man, dude, it gets fucking deep, that show. I love it.
I heard The Sopranos is good. That reminds me of
Well, I gotta go deeper.
Okay.
Into his fucking character, though.
Okay.
But go ahead and tell me what it reminds me of. What's up, CJ?
And now I forgot. Oh, you said anti-heroes, and you started watching The Last of Us show.
Yeah.
You had told me. Yeah, Joel is like one of the best anti-heroes.
Yeah, because what he does... Well, I honestly think that's why in Last of Us 2 it makes sense that they kill him, because, yeah, he did something really fucked up. He does something really fucked up at the end of the first one.
No, that's not why The Last of Us 2 is bad.
Okay. Well, I never played the second one, so I'm not even gonna go into that. Don't even tell me, because I don't want anything spoiled. I'm gonna watch the show to its end.
I really just hope, like, they announced season 2, and hey, me and Trey had the exact same thought. Oh God, let's just hope they change some things, because man, playing The Last of Us 2 was like trying to sleep in a tent, but the tent is on fire and covered in dog shit. And you're just trying to sleep off. You're just trying to sleep, but you can't, because it's stupid as fuck. Like, God. Let's get. I could bitch about The Last of Us 2 forever.
Yeah. All right. So look.
Yeah.
So the most brilliant part about it's kind of like Game of Thrones, but maybe not as like nerve-wracking, because like in Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, I mean, in Game of Thrones, anyone can die. That's very true in The Sopranos, but I don't know. It's not as like assured anyone can die, but at the same time, yeah, anybody can die. It's very good, the fucking acting and everything. But what I really wanted to get into, that the whole thing about him going to therapy. So like they hint at this in one of the later seasons. A conversation. So his therapist goes to therapy too. It's a conversation her therapist has with her that hints at something about Tony Soprano's character. So he's a sociopath and criminally insane, right? He's a mob boss. You kind of have to be good at that job.
Yeah.
Right? So they hint at the fact that talk therapy will never work with a sociopath or a criminally insane person, because their brain will automatically look at every person and think, what can I get out of this relationship? So the therapy will never help him, because his brain's already trying to manipulate the situation to get what he needs out of it. So like he'll put on the waterworks, this and that, like, and it's all really a show that he doesn't even realize he's doing subconsciously, just to make himself feel better about himself. Like all he gets from the therapy throughout the show is he never takes credibility for his actions. All he gets from it is that, oh, this is because my mom treated me badly, or like everything's just blaming it on other people, and it just makes him feel more and more right, and more and more like secure in his decisions about everything. And it's funny because it's like you watch how the therapy gets more and more serious throughout the show. At the same time, he's doing more and more fucked up things outside of therapy, and just feeling less and less emotion about doing it. And it's crazy too, because he can't even talk to his therapist about half the shit that goes on in his life, because she would have to go to the cops.
Yeah.
Because that's where the patient confidentiality ends.
Yeah.
When someone can get hurt.
Yeah.
So like it's fucking wild to watch his character develop. Like, and it's just like Breaking Bad. It's like in the beginning you're rooting for him, and towards the end you're like, fuck this dude. I hope he dies.
That reminds me of I got this guy I work with, and we were talking about anime, me, Alex, and him, and Attack on Titan that came up because it was that night. There was like what is it, part 1 of part 3, whatever the fuck they're calling it. Part 1 of part 3 of the final season.
No, it's part 3 of the final season. Or no, it's part 1 of part 3 of
yes
of
the final
yeah,
season.
you're right.
Yeah,
because they basically just said we're doing part 3, but we're splitting it into 2 parts.
And then I read that out loud, and I was like, what the, is this true? And I had to like look at a few more things. I was like, okay. And he was like, oh, I didn't even watch part 2 yet. And I was like, what?
Dude,
and he was like,
but
yeah, I didn't watch
the
part
thing
2
about
yet.
Eren Yeager is he's not even an anti-hero. He's straight up the antagonist. Like he was that is the best part. I've never seen that in a show, period, ever. That was the best part for me. What really got me hooked on the final season is like he's just straight up the fucking antagonist, and we thought he was the protagonist the whole show. What a fucking twist.
Yeah, I told him he didn't watch part 2, and I was just like, well, you need to.
Oh, dude, you need to.
So
you don't know what you're missing, my guy. I saw some fucking kids forced to eat their mom, bro.
Well, he and then last week, out of nowhere, before work, it was like a few hours before work, he messaged me. I guess he's Hitler now, huh?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like, oh, and I was like, what part are you on? And he's like, well, the wall just came down, and I was like, oh, you started the rumbling, huh? And then at work later that night, we were on break, and this dude just sits down and he goes, guess I better continue to see where this shit goes. And he starts it up, and it's like the intro starts playing, and I'm like,
rumbling.
Yeah. And then
Complete
he was like,
necessary.
oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Attack on Titan is, I'll defend it, because so many people try to say it's mid. Honestly, it's like, it's literally nerds that just want to complain about everything and be like, oh, it's overrated, blah blah blah, like it's mid. Like, man, fuck you, bro. Like, I've never seen a twist like that in a show, period. Like, fuck you. The show is fucking great. Like, it goes beyond anime. It's a great fucking TV show, period.
Yeah, that show just goes so fucking insane.
Like, damn, bro, if you really don't like it that much, then don't watch it. You're like the type of person who watches it and then calls it mid. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fucking watch it then if it's that boring to you. Like, I think that's where a lot of people started it and say they got bored like halfway through season 1. Which, I think when it first started, I did too. Like, and I stopped watching it till like season 2 ended.
It doesn't get crazy. It's good.
But that's good. That's good. I don't want all of the mystery revealed right at the beginning of a show. Like,
yeah. I mean, honestly, the show's pretty. The show is all right. There's a little bit of mystery.
Yeah.
The point where the show really kicks up is when what's his name is like, hey, I'm the Armor Titan and he's the Colossus.
Yeah, that's like the first. That's like the first twist when you're like, oh shit. But that's season 2. That's season 2, and like I'd argue that's the only impactful moment in season 2. Season 3 is when they start figuring out humans are Titans.
Yeah,
and the whole government and religious conspiracy of the crown and everything, and that's when I was like, yo. And we got to see Grisha back when he was a kid outside of the island, and I was like, okay, this show is going beyond anything I thought it was gonna fucking be.
Season 4 starts not even on the island.
Yeah,
like the first few episodes you're getting,
and I love that too, because you grow attached to these, and it's really, because that's what they're getting you ready for. Like, you're growing attached to these other characters who like lived a whole nother life, and you see their point of view
and then
of everything.
See Aaron at the hospital watching everybody.
Yeah, and then they kill all those people, and then you're like, damn, bro. Like, either way you look at it, like, Aaron's doing the same thing they did to him. It's just as evil. Yeah. But it's like you almost can't argue with his assessment though. Like, they will not stop until we destroy them.
He was talking to Rhina, and Rhina was like, don't do it, I know why you're here. And he's like, it has to happen. And then they declare war on them, and then he's just in the room behind them, and he's like, listen, they don't understand.
Yeah,
you drew first blood.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're gonna die.
But I think exterminating most of the human race is like, that's way too out of hand.
Mean, like,
it's mid if you're dumb and can't understand. Yeah.
It's an impossible task. Zeke wants to make everyone not mate, and then he's like, oh, they'll leave us alone, and then we'll die off. Honestly,
I think finding a way to just get rid of Titans from the world would be the best thing. Like, if they could just find a way to do that. Like, anybody who has anyone who has Titan blood, I'm kind of sorry, but execute them. they're gonna die anyway. You only have like 15 years to live once you become a Titan. Yeah. Execute anyone who can become a Titan. Get rid of any kind of blood transfusion, like syringes or anything that could be used to make more. Just get rid of it all. Get rid of the whole history of it and everything, and start fresh. The whole world. I think that's the only real solution, and that has to be done. Otherwise, the bloodshed will never end.
No, Aaron is too prideful.
Yeah.
So he's too prideful, and then he's
still a traumatized little boy who wants to get eaten.
Oh yeah.
Dude, and really, what I love about it is like the Titans are like weapons of mass destruction. It's like nukes. I can't wait to go see Oppenheimer. Because that's really what this story is about. It's like, what the human race does to itself, really.
I'm not going to see Oppenheimer. Dude, the Barbie movie comes out the same day. Come on.
Let's go see both of them same day. One showing after the next, baby.
Completely traumatized.
We'll go see the Barbie movie after to, like, dull our senses a little bit.
No, because we're going to see a Nolan movie. I don't think I can watch anything else after a Nolan movie.
Okay, so Barbie movie first. You're right.
Probably. Having a good time, then go see that fucking probably depressing ass movie.
Oh, it will be. Did you ever watch that video I sent you about Oppenheimer? I sent it in the group chat a while back. Dude, 100% watch that before we go see that movie, because that was like such a good fucking video about his entire life. Like, I feel like we're gonna enjoy the movie so much more and like understand like little things if you watch that video, dude. Watch.
I know once he was done, he was depressed like the rest of his existence.
Dude, trust me. Just watch that video. I'm gonna resend it. Resend it.
Probably flew under my radar.
Shit, we could watch it right now.
Oh yeah, we can.
Let me see. I don't know how long it is though. Let me see how long it is first. If it's too long, maybe not.
I got you.
Maybe save it till next time.
What time is it?
Oh
man,
it's only 7:40. Life.
Man, that you were talking about.
It's 17 minutes long.
Ooh, that's up to you. I mean, or we could end the podcast with that if you want to.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that's a good.
I make a prediction by the year 250.
Dude, you were talking about Hogwarts. I was surprised because you usually don't play too many single player games, and
except for Mario and Pokemon.
Yeah, but like.
Oh, I'm gonna play that game though.
Hogwarts. I tried getting you into God of War. You didn't want to play it.
Yeah, but like Hogwarts is like a world that I know, and like I love the freedom of it. It's like Grand Theft Auto for like the Harry Potter world. That's what really, because I play Grand Theft Auto for that reason, like the freedom of like doing whatever I want in that world. And that's what I really am like. Plus, it's going to be available for PS4, so easy grab for me.
Not at launch.
Not at launch? Oh, are you serious? Is it it's? I saw it was available for Nintendo Switch. Is it going to be available for that for launch?
At launch, in 2 weeks, it'll only be PC, PS5, and I think
Oh, until July.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to be playing it late, I guess. Fuck it. It don't matter to me. It don't matter.
Yeah. Actually, that Star Wars game, Jedi Survivor, that's only going to be PC, PS5, and the new Xbox.
I need to get a fucking PS5, bro.
I think I know one that's still for sale.
I can't buy it right now. Maybe when my when my income tax comes in.
Hit me up. I could probably find you one.
Well, I mean, I could buy one at GameStop for like $500. They're available.
Oh yeah. They were available now. That's true.
I mean, unless you got somebody who's like desperately trying to sell one. If it's brand new, like not out of the box, I'll take it.
Dude, that's one thing of my wife, one of her friends is trying to sell an iPad, like a 2-year-old used iPad for like $700.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm like, no one's gonna buy that. It's a fucking iPad.
Hey, let me go refill my drink. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good.
Hey, look, I'm gonna actually look. Do you want me to send you a link to this next one, or you want me to just play it?
Just play it. Yeah, you can just play it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start this next topic. This is Joe Rogan podcast. Neil deGrasse Tyson giving his predictions for the world by the year 2050. It's actually very interesting. Yeah, check this out.
I make a prediction by the year 250. I have a bunch of predictions here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Neuroscience and our understanding of the human mind will become so advanced that mental illness will be cured, leaving psychologists and psychiatrists without jobs. In a shift that echoes the rapid conversion from horses to automobiles in the early 20th century, self-driving electric vehicles will fully replace all cars and trucks on the road. The human space program will fully transition to a space industry supported not by tax dollars, but by tourism and anything else people dream of doing in space. We develop a perfect antiviral serum and cure cancer. Medicines will tailor to your own DNA, leaving no adverse side effects. We will learn how to regrow lost limbs and failing organs, bringing us up to the level of other regenerating animals on Earth, like salamanders, starfish, and lobsters. I make a prediction by the year 250.
That was perfect timing. I'm back.
So, I actually did see this. Yeah, I already know, like, the whole like the car thing. Yeah, just with just with the like automatic cars that just you get in your car and you're like, take me here, and it just takes you there. That would actually, it would be like a new revolution.
Well, they have that already, dude. They have Ubers that like are self-automated.
Dude, give it a few years, like, but like the thing, like truck drivers,
dude, 2050 in like advancements in technology wise, like the way, because the thing about technology is it advances exponentially, because the better technology gets, the easier it is to make new technology, because the technology is so good, it's easier to make it. So exponentially wise, dude, 2050 is a while from now. Like, I almost completely agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, just like that literally, just looking at 2050 and you think, oh, that's so far away, that can't be done. Well, we're in 2023. Look at 1993.
Dude, I can't wait, because you know what that means?
Technology that was there.
If that shit's real, that means I don't have to worry about ever getting Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yeah. You know
how fucking awesome that is? Like, for real. You know how bleak, like, to think about, like, what our life is gonna end up being like?
You want to know something crazy? I remember in school, like when I was a kid, my teacher would be like, "What, you gotta know stuff. You can't just look up the answers to everything." And now I'm like, "Oh, I got a phone. I can
look up the answers to everything."
And then like,
what if that's already all downloaded to our brains?
Yeah, that's like the next step. The thing what he was saying about like the curing mental illnesses, yeah, dude, that's just chemical imbalances in your brain, and they're already running studies with like mushrooms and microdosing to like ease the chemical balances in your brain and cure traumas and PTSD attacks and just everything. The thing also with like, I think it's CRISPR, where like they take your DNA and they look at the not impurities, but like the defects, like just naturally your DNA has, and they can fill in gaps and help you. And the thing about regenerating organs, yeah, they I think 2 years ago they did a thing with an Alzheimer drug. They altered it a tad, and they can regrow people's teeth. Yeah. and I was just like, great, nothing matters anymore. Like it's gonna be to a point where like you don't brush your teeth, you just chew something and it cleans your entire mouth.
Yeah.
And like if they give you one drug that just keeps you healthy, and I mean, like, I think people would be like, oh, that's impossible. Well, no, I mean,
no, it's just
sure.
It's literally nothing's impossible. It's just a matter of figuring out how to do it.
Now,
like, there's a way that our body works, and we just have to figure out how to fix it. Like, that's it. Like, our body is a science. We just have to figure it out. Like, it's like any machine. You can fix it. You just have to figure out how. Like, it's
now one thing I have to disagree. Like, Neil's very, very optimistic. I feel a lot of people will not like this change.
Oh yeah, that's like anything.
But they still have non-vaxxers.
But dude, that's like anything. People have been like against change since the dawn of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna there are gonna be people who oppose it, and when the new generation comes around, it's just gonna be the norm to them, and it'll eventually just be the norm, and no one's gonna oppose it.
I still remember, is you playing those damn video games? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah, now most adults play video games.
And buy toys. So
yeah.
Who fucking cares anymore?
Yeah. And our kids are gonna absolutely think that's fucking normal.
Yeah.
There won't even be a single kid. Like, so many parents are gonna grow up like being nerds, like collecting shit and playing games.
Yeah.
That like their kids are gonna grow up thinking that's normal, and they're gonna grow up wanting to do the same thing, not ever hearing from someone, "Oh, you're a loser for like doing this or that," because it's gonna be normal.
Dude, I remember when the Avengers were not cool. Like, like when I was a kid.
What were you, like 8?
Yeah, I was like 4 or 5.
What other 8-year-old told you that's not cool?
I was like 4 years old, and I brought like a Spider-Man action figure to show and tell, and a couple kids were like, "That's not cool. No one likes Spider-Man." And now I'm like,
now all those kids probably fucking love Spider-Man. They all probably watched No Way Home, and it's like the popular thing now. Yeah, fucking idiots, bro. Get with the times, bro.
But
what's up, Reagan? Hi, Reagan.
Dog freaking out. Nah, but yeah, I mean, like, I think it'll definitely be, like, I could totally see a lot more companies do self-driving cars, and then you'll see things of people like, "Oh, I still drive my truck," actually drive their truck or car, and it's like, okay. And then you'll just have self-driving cars, which I'm down for. I am completely down for.
Yeah.
If I can get in my car and take a nap and wake up at work, I'm down. Sign my ass up.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, what if your house just had like a preset like schedule? Like, you don't even have to wake up. Like, get me out of bed, put some coffee in my car, transport me to my car, like still asleep, drive me to work, and then set the alarm off when we get there. and it times it perfectly so that you're there right on time to not be late.
I mean, back in like, I think the 60s, they had like French presses inside of cars, so you could like get a French press coffee in your car. I mean, like, the future, I don't know. One wrong move, my bed launches me out of my house. Just I wake up like, oh, fuck.
You wake up like too soon, like out of your fucking rhythm, and your bed's like, "Get the fuck back to sleep!" Pop. It's not time for the schedule yet.
The machine just breaks. It launches me out the house. The neighbor's like, "Oh, your bed did it again, huh?"
This goes against my programming, Brylan. Get back in bed.
I don't know if it'll be that automated.
I just wanted some water. I'll get it for you. Get back in bed. And then the machines become too sentient, and they start being like your wives. Like, oh, what's wrong? You don't need me anymore. I could have got that water for you, Brylon.
Truly be cured. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure what he was talking about though is more like just straight up chemical imbalances. Like what he was talking about. Can you? Hey! That
yeah, but what? But what if? But the thing is, what if like they can go in your brain and cure you of the trauma? Like they can rewire your brain to be okay with what happened and move on.
Oof.
That's not impossible
when you think about it. The brain is a machine, and it can be worked on if you just know how to work on it.
I mean, that is a.
I mean, dude, we can already download memories of mice and put them somewhere else. Who's to say they can't delete memories? But that would also be playing with who we are as a person. Like we wouldn't be the same person without certain memories.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, a funny thing is like mental illness brings character. So like
everything brings character. Your entire experience throughout your life builds who you are.
So just nothing but mental illness. So, like,
it can be good times too. Like anything.
Yeah.
Good memories. It builds who you are. Like your brain forms your personality around like your experiences. You're just absorbing information constantly.
It's just weird to think of like a world with no mentally ill people. Like, what would happen to Twitter? Like,
what would happen? Well, that's if we ever get to that point, nobody would really argue anymore. I don't think. Like, there would be no need for stuff like that. We would have ascended. Like we would have evolved ourselves past the need for stuff like that. Like, dude, when I think about super advanced alien races, they don't give a shit. That's why like the whole book Chariot of the Gods and the idea of ancient aliens does make sense on some level, because they basically are gods to us. Petty squabbles like that, they see no need for that. Why would they? Yeah. That is not important to them. They've moved far past that.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I'm not saying I believe in ancient aliens. Let me get that straight.
I do. No, but I'm...
Because you tried to catch me on Dr. Phil last time, and like, motherfucker, I never... You tried to catch me on Dr. Phil because I was talking about the guy... I was talking about the guy talking on the show. I know Dr. Phil's not a fucking doctor.
Oh, man. No,
it's like that other guy that... He's like the new one. I forgot his fucking name.
New one?
Yeah, but he's not like doing like psychiatry sessions. He's like actually like giving people health advice, and most of it's bullshit. You never heard of him? I forgot his fucking name. My mom.
Guy? Is he like daytime television too?
I mean, but that's the thing, CJ. If we move to that point in existence, there won't be need for entertainment or art. That will be beneath us. Like, it won't matter to us.
My biggest thing is Ancient Aliens season 1.
But the thing is, hold on, you're thinking, CJ, you're thinking about it from a perspective of like right now, how you would feel about that happening. The people in the future wouldn't care. That's like saying I'm gonna be sad about me dying. I won't fucking care. I'm gonna be dead already. It won't matter to us, and it won't matter to the people experiencing it, because to them it won't matter. They don't give a shit about art because it's not important to them. So like, the change isn't bad, it's what's gonna happen, and like, those people are just gonna be living their lives the way they see fit. Dr. Oz? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the one I was thinking about.
He's been around. He doesn't do Dr. Oz. He's been around. Dr. Oz isn't new. Dr. Oz has been around for years. He has scammed people though.
I don't know. It's like, dude, do you think Celestials give a shit? Like, it's like the Celestials' view of like the creatures they made, like in the movie Eternals. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, that's their creation, and they just use them to power the next Celestial they're making. Like, to them, their lives don't matter. Not because it's like a bad thing. Like, I don't think they're evil. They're just gods. Like, they're not evil for doing that. That's just the way they do things. In their mind, it's the grand scheme of things, and it only makes sense.
My biggest thing is, at a certain point. So at a certain point, even in human history, we didn't have the time, because like way back in the before 4, you had to hunt for food. Before 4, you had to hunt for food. You know, you didn't have enough time to appreciate anything. And then
I think we appreciated things a lot more. Because I think now we mostly stay in our own little bubbles, staring at screens. I think we appreciate stuff a lot less. The world goes by us way quickly because we're not paying attention to it. I think back in those days, our surroundings were more appreciated because we saw them and interacted with them every damn day. But that all comes down to, like, does it matter? Does it matter what we appreciate? No, not really. I mean, we're all gonna fucking die anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I think if, like, you're saying what I think you're saying, though, I think those people appreciated the Earth a lot more than us.
I appreciate Mountain Dew.
I appreciate Mountain Dew. Hashtag ad. Takes a sip of the pitch black.
If I could get an ad sponsorship for Mountain Dew, my life would actually be complete at that point. I am jealous of Charlie Day that he has gotten a
Mountain Dew sponsor. Why did they pick him? Why did they even pick him?
Why not?
Wild card, bitches.
Exactly, dude. He has a Mountain Dew suit, and I see that, and I'm like, God damn it, I am jealous.
Bro, one of my coworkers has like the whole Cheetos, Flamin' Hot Cheetos jumpsuit, like the hoodie and the pants.
Oh shit.
I was honestly jealous, bro. I was like, damn, bro, nice fit. And like every other motherfucker in that building was telling him that. I'm like, I told you first, remember?
Jesus Christ. He wore that to work?
The Rise has me hearing colors on God. The Mountain Dew Rise.
Mountain Dew Rise is the shit.
Yeah. It's like the only energy drink I drink now.
I have some, actually. Yeah, honestly, like, it's weird because like you drink a Bang, it's just a bit too much.
Yeah.
If you drink a Mountain Dew Rise, it lasts a lot longer. Which is
it's because it feels like Bang hits me all at once and it's too much, and then I die after.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew Rise, dude, I'll sip one over like a 30-minute period. And, like, it's perfect. And it's crazy because they have the same amount of fucking caffeine in them, 180 milligrams.
Yeah. I don't know. Mountain Dew just be getting it good.
They just be doing it right, baby.
They just always be doing it right.
All right. Let's move over to another topic. Let's see. Let's get this up for you. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Stealing money from KSI. Recently, the internet star uploaded.
Let me refresh it. Kind of started a little bit later. Come on, YouTube, refresh. What the fuck?
Is YouTube stealing money from KSI? Recently, the internet star uploaded a video, and this video had codes to redeem Amazon gift cards. But the video was only seen by him, his editor, and a YouTube employee. Now, this employee was supposed to be checking if the YouTube video was safe, but KSI quickly started receiving emails that these codes were being redeemed. So KSI is now wanting to find the employee and his $10,000.
I'm gonna just record.
Okay.
gonna let stream know.
I mean, honestly, we could end it now. Have a quick podcast. In case you want to try to fix your stream so you can be able to stream tonight.
No, it's the internet. It's not some computer problems. It's the internet, which probably means I won't be able to stream later. We should just record the rest of the podcast. I'm gonna let the chat know.
That's fine. Big bet. Yeah, with YouTube's whole like changing everything, they openly said we want to be more like TV, and that's just bizarre because TV sucks. Like most TVs for me is just dog ass. I don't understand why you want to be like that. Me personally.
Let me post this. Yeah, let me post this in the Discord too.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, my internet died mid-podcast, so that's what this interruption is. So we just decided to record the rest of it.
What's this we?
I'm making the executive decision, damn it.
The executive order.
Ugh.
We good?
Yeah, we're Gucci. I'm recording right now. Let me actually show the fucking last, just in case that was interrupted, just so they know what the fuck we were talking about just now. Let me show the last thing we just watched.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, now I won't be able to see it actually. You'd have to send me links now.
Yeah, now I gotta send you some links.
Yeah.
Well, you just saw this, so you don't even.
Is YouTube stealing money from KSI? Recently.
On that one.
Is YouTube stealing money from KSI? Recently, the internet star uploaded a video, and this video had codes to redeem Amazon gift cards. But the video was only seen by him, his editor, and a YouTube employee. Now, this employee was supposed to be checking if the YouTube video was safe, but KSI quickly started receiving emails that these codes were being redeemed. So KSI is now wanting to find the employee and his $10,000. Is YouTube stealing money from KSI? Recently, the internet star.
Dude, I just got a subscription off stream too. I don't know if they sent it right before stream died. I feel bad.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, because oh. Dang.
And it just went through. I don't know.
Oh, no. Big rip.
I'm fucking sending, just in case they're still looking at the chat, I'm like sending it through the chat. Because you can still see chat messages pop up.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Yeah, that really sucks. Right when they said it's offline, like, what the hell?
Damn, dude, that sucks, man. My internet was fine last night. I did like a 5-hour stream. And like last weekend and the weekend before when we did the last podcast, it was fine the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
That sucks. Damn.
But yeah. All right. Well, shit. Might as well. Might as well show you this.
Oh, that's a big bug. You got to send that one to me.
We'll get to that. We'll finish with that one, like you said. This one I will send to you. This one's only like 6 minutes.
He's about to walk out where that dude is past.
Real life Truman Show?
Mm-hmm. Do you know what the Truman Show is? You ever
Mm,
watch that Eddie Murphy movie? I mean, not Eddie Murphy. Jim Carrey. God damn it.
no.
So it's like a show about a guy. Dude, if you haven't seen Truman Show, you gotta watch it. It's a show about a guy who grew up since he was a baby in a reality TV show, and he doesn't know it. Like his entire reality is fabricated. It's a TV show, live broadcast to the entire world.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is about the real life Truman Show.
All right.
We all know that
I'm gonna
Japanese
start it.
love crazy shit. Weird ass candies, tentacles, and ridiculous game shows. But there was one game show that took their batshit love of batshit insane games to a whole new batshit level. It made the Truman Show look like a morally pure experiment where nobody was hurt. The star? Nasubi. The game? Sunsunu Denpa Shonen. Let's dig a little deeper, you and I. Sunsunu Denpa Shonen featured a 22-year-old comedian nicknamed Nasubi. His nickname meant eggplant, a reference to his long face, and he was hoping the show would kickstart his comic career. Well, it didn't fucking do that, let me tell you. After he'd auditioned, producers told Nasubi that he would appear in a segment that may or may not air, but if it did air, it would make him a star. The young man was then blindfolded and taken to a room that was empty, aside from a radio, a cooker, and a coffee table. There was essential plumbing, a small cushion, and piles of magazines. Other than that, the room was bare. Then the producers told Nasubi to strip. That's when producers explained he was in a contest called Sweepstakes Life. If he wanted clothes, food, or anything at all, he'd have to win his supplies by entering sweepstakes. That's why there were so many magazines. Once he reached $10,000 worth of prizes, he'd be free to leave the room and begin his life as a celebrity. Until then, he had to stay in the room, cut off from the world, living on only what he won. Oh, and he had to change the tapes in the video camera. Tapes that may or may not end up on TV someday. So yeah, he was in a tiny room, pretty much nothing in it, bare-ass naked, and he had to fill out those shitty postcards you get on the backs of magazines to win prizes. Sounds awesome. Of course, the kicker is he can only get food by winning prizes. Nasubi got to work filling out postcards and entering nearly 300 contests a day. Of course, it takes a while to win a sweepstakes, and soon, Nasubi was losing a lot of weight. Thankfully, the crew gave him a little bread and water, but when he finally won a few sodas 2 weeks in, the free food stopped. 4 weeks later, he won a bag of rice, but since he didn't have a pot, he had to cook his food in a soda can. He also won crazy prizes like Spice Girls tickets and a TV. I mean, you can't eat a TV, you just can't. And he never wore any clothing that fit, so he was naked the entire time. How long did the contest last? Well, Nasubi was shut in a room for about a year, and it took him 10 months to win any toilet paper. As you might expect, the isolation took a toll on Nasubi, and soon he stopped grooming and started taking advice from toys he'd won. He was literally going crazy. But what Nasubi didn't know is that he was already famous. The producers had lied. His crazy antics were already all over the TV, and 16 million people were watching him run around naked, barely making it on rice, and beating off. Beating off the boredom by talking to his penis. Of course, producers covered up Nasubi's groin with an illustrated eggplant, and the show was enhanced with silly sound effects and bizarre graphics. So tasteless. Strangely, the show was so popular that Nasubi was already popping up in commercials and on magazines. Unknowingly, the whole time. People watched him on a 24-hour live feed and read his diaries, which producers had published. Nasubi's entire life was on display. Once Nasubi reached his $10,000 goal, the producers gave him clothes and flew him to South Korea, where he spent the day enjoying the scenery. But that night, they snuck him in a Korean apartment that looked just like his old one. They ordered him to strip and said if he wanted plane tickets back to Japan, he would have to play the game all over again. Frustrated and tired, Nasubi obeyed and spent 4 months in Korea, living off only what he won in magazines again. When that was finally over, the producers took him back to Japan, and they let him go. Psych. Of course they didn't. They're Japanese. They took him back to Japan, put him in an entirely new apartment, and told him to play the game again. Assuming he had to play another round, Nasubi took off his clothes. And that's when the walls fell down. Suddenly, he found himself surrounded by an audience, laughing, clapping, and cheering. That's when the hosts of Sunsunu Denpa Shonen informed the bewildered comedian that he was already a star, and that he'd won the game. Now, it's fair to say his life was ruined by the experience. He had trouble talking and wearing clothes for years. He had been on public display for quite some time. The entire thing lasted 15 months. But I mean, some good must have come out of it, right? Wrong. His comedian career, the entire reason why he did it, basically kind of flatlined after he got out of the show, because it's hard to make jokes when you've been held prisoner for 15 months. The kicker? Nasubi could have actually left the apartment anytime he wanted. The doors were never locked. When asked why he stayed, Nasubi simply replied, "I said I'd do it, and I do what I say." Okay, well, at least he says it's given him a better outlook on life, and he's not in the room anymore. Not like me, I'm in the same room every fucking day. Thanks for watching, Mike out.
Ain't that fucking crazy?
This dude was held prison? Well, he could have left.
I mean, could he have, though? Could he have, though? Do you think they would have let him go?
But he never tried to leave.
No, I guess not.
Like, he never tried to leave. So, they didn't stop him? He was about it, though. Like, he was about it the third time. He was, like, already got naked, everything, ready to go. And they dropped the walls, and he's like, shit. Are we doing this or not?
Bro, and it's fucked up because he beat the game like 3 times and they kept making him play it.
Bro, that's gonna be Squid Game Season 4.
Real.
Let him live.
Real life Squid Game. Let's do it.
Real life Squid Game. Jesus Christ.
You know how much money we'd make? So I actually only have 2 more topics.
Oh, yeah?
How you looking?
I'm out.
You're out? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then shit, let's just get right into it, huh?
Yeah, I really don't have too much, but I just wanted to make another podcast.
I feel you. Probably, I want to finish out my topics and next, like, wait for a while next time till we each have, like, a good bit of topics. All right. So let me get you the link for this. Yeah, we could probably, because we can just do this and then an Oppenheimer video and end it like that.
About it.
I'm gonna send you both the links right now just so you can have them ready.
About it. Huge update on Twitch drama.
Okay, so let me actually give you some context. First.
Biscuit?
So this is actually 3 weeks ago. This video. Okay, so about a year back, Ms. Kiff, the streamer, hit one of his housemates, Crazy Slick, a streamer as well, was accused of sexual harassment. They quote unquote covered it up for him. Ms. Kiff and his girlfriend. They quote unquote covered it up for him. But that's not what I saw happening. I saw them being his friends and thinking and taking his side and thinking it was bullshit and saying they know Crazy Slick and that he wouldn't do something like that. So what it was Crazy Slick was at a party and was like talking to this one chick all night.
Happy New Year.
And she was drunk. And at one point, like, she's going to lay down. But, like, he was there with her, right? But she was drunk. And at one point during the night, he went to lay her down because she was too drunk. She was, like, needed to pass out. And people said they saw him stay in the room with her and, like, sit by her and was, like, rubbing her legs and shit. And, like he never fucked her or anything. But, yeah, like, the girl came out like, he sexually assaulted me, blah, blah, blah. And so they covered that up, quote unquote. It was like a big thing. Like, everybody was pissed at Ms. Kiff and Maya and OTK. So recently, one of OTK's founding members, do you know who, what's her name? Okay, so Rich Campbell, he's one of OTK's founding members. He's like a huge WoW guy. Like, him and Asmongold started OTK. They were huge in the World of Warcraft community. Like, Asmongold is one of the biggest World of Warcraft players ever.
Yeah.
And Rich Campbell and him have been best friends forever. And, like, honestly, I've only ever known Rich as, like, a really funny, sweet guy. Like, a very genuine person who's there for all of his friends. That's the only way I've ever known him. And everybody always talked about him like that. Right? Very selfless guy. Like, he literally put himself out on the street to help Asmongold and his sick, dying mom. Right? And so the porn star Mia Malkova, this is when, because Rich was always like a loser. This was like the funniest part of OTK to me. Like, this was when OTK was getting big as an org. This was like a funny part for me. Rich Campbell, because Ms. Kiff loves bringing like porn stars and shit on his stream because like it's good content for him. Like they just like, I don't know, because it's just funny watching like this nerd who could never get any of them like talking with these women and like them like fucking with him and like making fun of him and like it's his content. And then like Mia Malkova ended up hitting it off with Rich and they started dating. So Rich Campbell's dating one of the hottest porn stars in the world, right?
Okay.
So apparently, dude, and it was crazy. Like, I think it's in this video. Some girl from some years back before he started dating Mia came out about his sexual harassment towards her. And like, it was so bad to the point where like they immediately, like day after, fired Rich. He was like a founding member of OTK. All the shit about Crazy Slick came back to haunt Ms. Kiff. He stopped streaming for like a month. Yeah, like it was just like, dude, OTK just got like rapists in their org. Like, dude,
What the fuck?
dude. So like, all right, so that's the context. Let's watch this.
Happy New Year. New Year means
I'm gonna let you get it started first. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
goals, and maybe one of your goals this year is to burn as much money as possible. And I have a great solution for you. It's called esports. If you don't know, pretty much every single esports organization is vastly overvalued because they're all subsidized by venture capitalist groups that are probably going to get fed up in 3 to 5 years when none of them are profitable, or crypto exchanges. And we know what's happening with crypto exchanges. Let's just take a look at the Forbes top 10 most valuable esports companies. At the top, you can see TSM, 100 Thieves, Liquid, and FaZe Clan. Well, let's just take a look at TSM. How are they doing? Oh, they had a deal with FTX that got suspended. It was worth $210 million. Okay, that's all right. Well, how about 100 Thieves? They laid off a bunch of people. Okay, well, you got to reduce overheads sometimes. Okay, what about Liquid? Oh, a deal with Coinbase for 4 years. Surely that will last. And finally, FaZe Clan. Okay, publicly traded company, valued at $134 million. Wait, 400 million, 100. Okay, that dropped. Oh, that dropped really fast. Okay, well, that's look, not me just trying to make fun of esports orgs, because I like esports, and I like anyone who takes an attempt at making it work. It just doesn't seem like the economics of it match the ambitions of a lot of the people inside of the sphere. What does work, however? Content teams, influencers, signing content creators, which a lot of esports orgs do, and that seems to be the profitable part of their business, and it's also what some content teams do. I mean, take offline TV, for example. You put all these people in a room, they print out multiple million view videos that they can sell giant sponsors on. I mean, pretty much every one of their videos has a sponsor, and they're getting buku bucks for that with pretty low overhead because they each have their own individual careers. Now, imagine you could combine the content team of OTV with maybe the more rigid structure of an esports org, and you end up with something like OTK, One True King, a streamer-backed esports org that doesn't really do esports. I mean, they had a team in World of Warcraft, but they dropped the team, so they're pretty much just sticking with the good old-fashioned content creator route, which is smart because they're not only able to sell sponsors on the watch hours of all the people inside the org, they're also able to sell things directly to consumers with businesses they start, like Starforge Systems. I mean, imagine if I had swipe bidets and then I had a team of 10 creators that I worked with all the time, and they all sold swipe bidets individually. We'd get a lot of buttholes clean in the new year. So it makes sense. And don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the most popular Twitch teams by hours watched. Obviously, G Fuel at the top. They have 671 creators. XQC's org, he's up top there. Loaded, they have a bunch of big creators. And OTK's fourth. They're fourth with only 14 people, and a couple of their creators barely streamed over the past year for reasons we're going to get into. Now, I haven't made any videos about OTK.
Oh, pause it. Yeah. You're at that part. Like, dude, fourth with only 14 creators on their team.
Yeah.
Like that is pretty crazy. And like he said, and they've only dropped that far because several of their creators haven't streamed in the past year a lot, and we're going to get into that. All right, go ahead.
Well, none of the individual pieces felt substantial enough to talk about for longer than a couple of minutes, but enough has happened over the past year, and especially with the update last night that ended the investigation on Mizkif, that I feel like we can talk about it all today. Now, we're going to get to the investigation with Mizkif at the end, but first, let's do things in order with what started off their terrible month of December, and it involves another one of their founders, Rich Campbell. Now, Rich Campbell, if you don't know, is a esports host turned streamer who did a lot of maybe the more business side of things behind OTK. And one of the people that he used to be in a relationship with, Lexi, on Twitter, dropped a tweet longer about a terrible experience she had with Rich. And I really recommend you read this on your own because I think it states how she feels about it more clearly and everything that happened more clearly. But I'm going to read you two excerpts. I'm not here to sleep with you, and I do not want that. That is Lexi to Rich Campbell when they were hanging out at Rich's place. And then Rich replied, by jerking off in front of her while continuing to talk about her getting pregnant and then begging her to have sex with him. After she said no, he continually attempted to take her clothes off. She kept saying no, and at the very end, he rolled her over and put himself inside of her and finished unprotected. That was hard to read, but it is a clear picture of sexual assault, rape, just outright. Now, Rich hasn't replied to this yet, but there were a lot of text messages that backed up them being together at that exact moment, him asking her to come over, etc., and it ended off with a text from him to her right after it ended with the same timeline saying, "You okay?" So I believe the account. You can wait for Rich Campbell's statement, which hasn't come out yet, but it's pretty clear that OTK also believes the statement, or at least is concerned enough about it that they instantly, and I mean instantly, dropped him within like hours of the statement coming out, he was booted from OTK, which is big. I mean, he's one of the founders of it, and they kicked him out. So that was a terrible thing to happen. But the next week, the troubles didn't end for OTK as a whole because they lost a huge part of their organization, Jay Schlatt. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you the value that Jay Schlatt has on the YouTube algorithm. He's one of my most viewed videos on pretty much every single one of my channels, and he's part of the reason why Mogul Mail even exists today, because the weekly slap is what inspired me originally. And he mutually agreed to leave OTK. Now, it might not seem like a big hit because, you know, he's not much of a streamer. He doesn't stream too often, so many people didn't even know he was in OTK. But if you look at OTK's YouTube channel that has almost 600,000 subscribers, that was built by Jay Schlatt. Let's just take a look at the top 10 most viewed videos. 9 of them are involving Jay Schlatt. He's like 13 of the top 15. He is OTK YouTube, and I think that's a big thing to lose. And then the week after that, which was actually just last night, we finally got the end to the investigation on Mizkif over the alleged sexual assault cover-up involving his best friend at the time, Crazy Slick. And now, if you don't know, this was basically a third-party law firm that OTK hired to investigate Mizkif, to which a lot of people, I think, understandably were upset about. They're like, okay, well, aren't you just investigating yourself? But who is supposed to do the investigation? If there were no charges filed by the police and they aren't doing an investigation, it's not like someone's going to magically get up and do it. You kind of have to hire someone to try to absolve yourself. But even if we just ignore the entirety of the investigation, I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of the allegations made in the original tweet by Trainwreck were outright false. I covered this in a video I made yesterday called I Lied, but if we just go over it one more time again, there was no blackmail. Not an iota of blackmail was seen. When Train said, "Are you going to send Maya and Mitch to cover up sexual assault?" Maya said on a stream that she would have gone on her own volition. And then as far as the one thing that did age really poorly and that was pretty bad of Mizkif, aka this clip. Well, let's just play my reaction here.
Single person that we used to hang out with that doesn't hang out with Slick anymore because of what happened. I actually think there's literally none. Because the reality is, worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking like sexual harassment, right? I mean, like no one of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever.
Now, this was a clip from Miz that was on his alt stream that didn't sound so nice in the moment, and this is what I said about it.
At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit.
This is Miz speaking way too candidly and way too stupidly about sexual assault, saying it's low scale, like there's a tier list that we have to drop every year on what sexual assault we need to rank S tier, what sexual assault we need to rank F tier. And I lambasted him a bit for that comment because it was pertaining to sexual assault, which is like a big deal. But I was wrong. He wasn't talking about sexual assault at the time. It was only known that Crazy Slick, his roommate at the time, sexually harassed Adriana. That's based off her words. Listen to this.
I've only recently figured out and found out, especially without sitting, that it's sexual assault.
So I feel like that covers it. I'm just playing that clip again because it is totally coincidental that I happened to upload that video yesterday or 2 days ago, and then they did this announcement yesterday. Obviously, I have no clue that this was coming. Otherwise, it would have been great to just wait a day, and that would have covered it. But yes, rehashing a lot of the original claims of Mizkif covering up sexual assault don't seem to be true. What is true and what OTK did punish him for were his actions on his comeback stream October 11th, which demonstrated a lack of empathy and ignorance towards the seriousness of the situation. Now, I never made a video about this. I never really talked about this, so a lot of you might not know. But after the initial apology that Mizkif made on Twitter, he kind of went radio silent for a while. He didn't stream for a long time, and then he suddenly was like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to stream. Fine. That's up to him. You know, the investigation wasn't over. It was going a while. He missed streaming. But his comeback stream was, to put it lightly, embarrassing. It started with an hour of him basically stalling because Hassan and XQC were both reacting to him to try to see what he was going to say about the investigation or what he was going to say about the entire situation. And Mizkif, in response to this, played Super Mario 64 and said, I'm going to keep playing until you guys stop watching me. And they didn't. So then he eventually ponied up, and then he said, I have no news. which by itself would just be like, you know, kind of embarrassing. But then he also had this moment, which was really just dumb.
No matter what, dude, one of my things.
Now, this is a tattoo artist who talks about how good he is at cover-ups, specifically with bad tattoos.
I'm a master at cover-ups.
Is this worth our time? Is there something we could do about this? Because we're just wiping to the same thing.
I think this will not look good like this. Like, let's.
That's tough. He also pulled up this video of sexual harassment is illegal, which was really just dumb.
No matter what, dude, one of my things.
Now, this is a tattoo artist who talks about how good he is at cover-ups, specifically with bad tattoos.
I am a master at cover-ups and reconstruction.
Me too, for 4 years.
Excuse me?
Dude, are you at the part about cover-ups with the tattoo artist?
That's tough.
Yeah,
he
I
also
just got to
pulled
there.
up this video of sexual harassment is illegal.
Yeah, me too. A master for 4 years.
He had a plan going into this stream. And although it doesn't seem like anything involving a sexual assault cover-up was true, it is true that he made an inappropriate joke about sexual harassment.
Yeah, even if he didn't actually cover up a sexual assault.
Unsavory clips and like random
that is
calls
like a fucked up joke.
Generally, I just don't think handled it as well as he
But
could
I think what he was really
should have.
he was trying to like make fun of people for thinking he would do something like that. Like, yeah, bro, apparently I'm a master too, you know?
Position.
And you just go, hey, chat. I've been gone for 3 weeks thinking about everything that's happened. There's an investigation going on, so I can't say anything about it. I hope to give you guys the truth, but in the meantime, I am out of OTK on whatever. I'm going to be streaming like normal so I can make money to pay my rent for the next after this, but today I'm going to leave. I hope I can share more information with you soon. And then you turn off stream. That's it. Literally, that's it.
Super mature, Stan's a smart guy. He's someone who I go to for a lot of the things that I need to do. In response, again, to Miz acting inappropriately during this stream and in the wake of all the drama, OTK has decided to remove his board duties effective immediately and place him on monitored probation, which is basically just them saying, hey, we're going to punish him because we acknowledge that it was bad, but we're not going to kick him off. And I think, honestly, if Mizkif wasn't such an important piece of OTK for the first year and a half of its creation, I mean, every big stream was on his channel. He was really carrying the org on the live stream front. He probably would have been kicked off. Straight up. If he wasn't that valuable, they probably would have booted him for just how he handled it. Because if there's a clear goal with OTK here, and it is to remove the bad connotations for the bad things that have happened with some of the org's founders from the org's like idea in public conscious. But basically trying to clean up their image, right, to put it simply. But I'm going to make a prediction right here. Because although it's been a hell of a year and an even worse month, I think OTK has a bright future. And it's not because of Mizkif. It's not because the other streamers on it, but it's because the people running it. Now, I know Tips. I know he's a good dude, and he's someone who came in clutch for me when I was running my Smash event and my chess boxing event by helping out, by sponsoring with Starforge. And I know he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a smart guy, and I think he'll take the org good places. And he's joined by Zach Diaz, another guy who I know is a super good dude who worked at TikTok and Twitch. So barring any other drama and barring these two guys leaving the org, I think OTK will probably stick around, although they will always have a bit of a stained reputation with some, and that's just a battle that time will defeat. And that's about it. I think that covers pretty much everything. Let me know your thoughts, and thanks for watching. All right, subscribe. All right, see you later. Goodbye. That's pretty much it. That happened to the OTK. Don't start an esports org. And honestly, content teams, there's a risk in working with a lot of people because you have to count on those people to be good people. But you never know who's a good person. I could be a bad person. Don't trust anyone, except for people you love. All right, goodbye.
Even people you love, you can't trust sometimes.
Man, that's just crazy. Why has this podcast just been about people with sexual assaults?
Yeah, it seems to be like a trending topic, dude. Justin Roiland. Yeah, all right, so hold up. Let me show you. I need to send you this. This is an extra clip because this is like a minute. It's only like a minute long. Yeah. This is Rich Campbell's live reaction because he was in the middle of like casting a WoW thing when he found out this was happening.
Oh, okay.
Like, bro, watch his entire soul leave his body when he like looks at Twitter and like the messages he's getting. Look at this shit.
Tell me, just tell me when it started.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead and start it.
Is this worth our time? Is there something we could do about this? Because
he's up in the right corner. He's the one with the blue suit, and the blue hat on.
Through 3 of these absorb shields.
Yeah, this is
in fact, they've called an immediate break. So do you think that might be something that's happening here?
I think that it's possible that they're going to try to reallocate some characters between this and other raids that they think might be stronger, because you don't want to spend too much time wasting time with something that you can fix with some damage allocation. This is one of those kind of trap situations that you saw, for example, at the end of Cahoon or the end of Jaina, where it looks like you need more healing, but the reality is killing it before you die is always the right answer. You need just enough healing to keep you alive long enough, but at some point it becomes unhealable. If you killed the shield faster, it would stop doing damage to you.
Yep. So maybe some Bantus runes might be on play here. Just something to kind of get them over this hump. Because, I mean, there might be another wall, but a Razageth Bantus rune, not really the end of the world.
Really interesting.
Yeah, you saw him looking. You saw him looking at his phone, and then as soon as they go like full cam, he's like, "Damn,
like, oh,
dude, I'm ruined. I'm ruined. It's over, dude. I have like one of the hottest girlfriends in the world, and she's about to leave me too."
Bro, it's like, I don't know. Like the thing with just, does that power go to you? Like, does that power go to your head?
Maybe you think you can get away with more.
But
then that leads to the question: are more people like that, and we just don't know it because they don't think they can get away with it? And what does that really say about the human race? Is that actually just a natural part of being human, and there are a bunch of fucking sleazebags out there?
Could be. Just like put in that opportunity,
dude. If I can say one thing about the accusation of what he did to that woman, yeah, obviously rape. She told him no, but I just thought I don't think what he did was funny. I thought his kink was funny because he has a breeding kink. Because he was like telling her he wanted to get her pregnant and like come inside of her, and like I dead ass that is a kink of mine.
Hey,
like
I mean,
but you know, with 2 consenting adults, and you don't even actually have to come in them, but it's like it's the words, you know, that get me off. Like, like, I mean, you know, put a baby in me, fill me up, like, daddy. Yeah, like I have that kink too, so I actually thought that was funny when I heard like that was part of what happened. But yeah, that's pretty horrible. Fucking actually like rolled her over and just shoved his dick in. Like, holy fuck. That's and that dude, that was so mind-blowing to me when I heard about this happening, cause like, dude, I loved that guy. Everyone around him, female, male, everyone around him could not say a bad thing about him. That blew my mind when I fucking heard about that.
I think it might be also just some people with certain, I guess, situations like that, when they want something, they think they can get it.
He has no self-control. Maybe that's what it comes down to. Maybe he was a good person deep down, and he just had no self-control.
Could be it. And I mean, when you're on this part, you know, like you have all this, and then you get told no. Probably just can't hear no.
I mean, maybe that's part of his kink too. Because that's very real. No, I'm not. That's not even a joke.
No,
That's very real.
Yeah,
it's very real.
That's true.
Maybe it just got him even hornier. That was a joke.
Oh my god!
But actually, still real.
Yeah, I mean, but that's still that was his girlfriend, or
they were dating at the time when this happened. But I mean, she said no. And told him no several times.
No. Yeah.
From what I could tell from what she said about the situation, they probably weren't they were having a rough time at the time in the relationship, and she was not about it, and he would not drop it.
I mean, even I've actually heard the argument. I've heard this argument. You can't rape someone you're in a relationship with.
Well,
I was like, oh, I mean, you
well,
can.
I would say it's not to the degree of like fucking attacking a stranger and holding them down and raping.
That's a aggravated rape.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's.
I don't
yeah.
think it's like to that degree, but I think you can rape. I think you can very much, but
It's called domestic rape.
I think there's actually a I think since we're talking about that, I think there's actually a big discussion we can have for the stream. I think there is a double standard when it comes to men on that because like women make their excuses, like they don't want to have sex, like it's a common thing to say I have a headache or something like that, or I just don't feel like it right now. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like if a man were to say they don't feel like it, like it's actually very common women get upset with them. And I think that's unfair, like that a woman would, like, it would be rape if I did that to you, but like you're gonna get mad at me because I'm not in the mood at the time.
It's never happened to me. Not with Reagan.
Well,
but I think that's an understanding thing.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, maybe she's not a piece of shit. But that's what I'm. But like, I mean, I've heard it too much that women do that to people, and I've experienced that myself. Like different women I've been with. I don't think this is doxing anybody because this actually happened to me. I don't think this is doxing anybody because I'm not going to give like a full name or anything.
Who are you doxing?
But that girl Kaylee, I was talking to for like a few months.
Mm-hmm.
That happened to me one time because I was in a shitty mood.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't in.
Trousers.
I mean, basically, like, she was fucking coming on to me, and like I just was not in the fucking mood, and she just took it personally. I don't fucking know. She got mad, and that was actually like the beginning of like me being aggravated with her and not wanting to talk to her.
I mean, like,
because I was like, what the fuck, bro? I just don't feel like it right now. I just want to watch TV. Like, I don't know, man. I don't feel like fucking right now. Like, I'm in a shit mood. I honestly don't even think I could concentrate on sex right now.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, my wife tells me no. I still try. Because
yeah, you're gonna ask her. You're gonna ask her, try to talk her into it, but like, you're not gonna force yourself on her.
No. Might like throw a leg on there, you know what I mean? But like, I'm not gonna be like, all right, fucking roll over, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like that. And,
yeah. And I think that's pretty normal. Yeah.
There's been times where I'm not in the mood, and same thing. She'll try, and then it's like
she'll drop it.
Yeah.
But like, she won't get mad at you over it.
No.
Which is normal. Is normal. Because like I think that's definitely a double standard that does exist, that does happen to men. Because like it's assumed that men always want it. Like it's like if you don't want it, do you find me ugly now? Type shit. Like I don't know.
Dude, sometimes I mean like
no, sometimes you just don't feel like having sex, dude.
Yeah. Or like, dude, sometimes like I tell her like if I go take a shit, it's cut off for a little while. Because like,
and I'll be honest, I'll almost always want to fuck something. I almost always want to fuck something. That is true, but there are times where like, no, I kind of just want to sit here and chill with you. I do not want to fuck right now. And like, they'll be in the mood and I'm not. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of trying to show you Breaking Bad right now, and you're interrupting it. No, because honestly, really, that it's sometimes I just don't want to fuck. Yeah.
But I mean, the biggest thing in a relationship standard is
you got to give and take.
Yeah, that's literally it. This is just you take your opportunities when you can, and that's all it is. But with that case of it sounds like he raped her.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if you come in to those, we have kinks like that. No, you gotta.
No, but it has to be it has to be consenting.
Yeah.
The kink has to be role play. It has to be consenting.
Yeah. Yeah. What, Hunter? You can have one in a bit. But if you want to, we can end the podcast there.
Do you want to watch that Oppenheimer video?
No, it's kind of too. I'll watch it later. That's kind of too long to watch on stream.
Well, we're not even streaming.
I mean, on podcasts.
Fine.
I'll watch it in bed. I do want to watch it in bed. Because it's how long you said it is? Like 20 minutes?
It's like 17 minutes. It's very good.
I want to watch that in bed.
Hashtag ad Oppenheimer in theaters next summer or this summer.
This summer. Boom.
Boom. Shit's gonna go boom.
Probably. Jesus Christ.
They got a real nuclear explosion in this movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Somehow,
Practical effects.
The government let him do it.
I mean, the government let Oppenheimer do it. The government basically paid Oppenheimer to do it.
In some case, forced him.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. No, he was very willing. It was towards the end that he realized, I just doomed humanity.
Yeah.
Watch this video. Watch this video.
Okay.
Trust me, bro.
Okay. Well, let me go watch it. That's the podcast.
All right, I'm gonna fucking catch you later, my guy. Good podcast. Cut that.
Cut what?
No, it was a joke. It's Always Sunny podcast reference.
I don't listen to their podcast. I need to though.
Yeah, you really do.
I need
All right.
to do a lot of things. All right. Later.
All right, later, dude. All right, chat. Well, there is no chat. The fucking stream died. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast over there on the YouTube. People who are watching the stream an hour and a half into it before internet died. Until next time, stay saucy, sauce clan. Later.